Hello, and I'm back. Thank you for joining me. Here again with this vintage shabby journal that we're making, and I need to apologise because last time I was videoing, I think it was number 3, I said I'll come back, we'll start putting the ephemera in, and so I came back and I started putting the ephemera in, and I was recording. I did the video earlier this morning, and when I played back the video before I put it onto YouTube, you couldn't see what I was doing because the sun had shone through the window, and all you could see was the glare from the sun. So it was all the colours washed out, you couldn't see any detail. So I'm sorry, but I deleted it, and so you can't watch me putting the ephemera in. Well, the pockets, it was the pockets and the tucks and the envelopes and things like that. So what I'm going to do, I'll just go through it quickly and show you what I did, what I've done inside the journal, and then we'll start putting in some tags and clusters and things. So I apologise that you didn't see the process of me doing the inside, but here goes. So as you can see on the front inside, I put this altered envelope. This was a tutorial by Angela Kerr, and she'd done a series on exciting envelopes. Excuse me, I've got a frog. And this was my version of one of those envelopes. So it's made from one envelope, and it's really sweet to make, is this. So what this has, it has 2 pockets there. I left it so that it was a pocket at the back, and then it has a little tuck spot inside there, and then it has the pocket here at the front. So lots and lots of space for tucking things in. Here I made 3 little envelopes, miniature envelopes, and as you can see I've stamped them with postmarks. Behind this one is a tuck spot, and then you've got inside of each envelope for putting little tags and things inside. Here's another pocket with just a loose banner fastened in with a paper clip. Another pocket that's got the pocket behind and this, and some stenciling on the pages. I've gone through and I've stenciled and stamped because that was also on the last video that never got shown. So what else have I done? I've put some lace on the end. Do you remember there was some printing on the edge of this paper? So I've just covered it with some lace, and here we've got a tuck spot from the digital kits. Here I've done 2 corner pockets on the central page of the first signature. Some more stenciling again. Here's another pocket that opens at the side and at the top, so you can tuck it in both places. Another tuck spot here, and I've put a pocket here from this vintage journal card. I've put some lace on there, and these 2 little bookmarks or journal tags inside there. Stenciling again. Stenciling and stamping. I've stamped. Here's a pocket made out of one of the freebies from Artie Mays. Stenciling. I like to stencil on some of the pages, but I don't do it heavily, I just do it a light one. Here I've made this postcard pocket. So stamping again, stamping, stamping. Here's a tuck spot made from digital paper from Artemisi's Dragonfly Dreams. Stamping. Here I've made a little corner tuck out of a tag. It's one of my Porch Prints tags, it's a freebie, and I've just collaged some of the digital paper. And then this eyelash trim, I've coloured quite a bit of the eyelash trim using distress inks and alcohol pens. Yesterday was a treat because my hands were absolutely all colours. Here I've made a pocket out of some stock that I had, some cardstock, and of course it's got space to put things inside, and stamping and stenciling again on those pages. Here I made an envelope from some of the Dragonfly Dreams digital paper, and it flips open so you can put a little bit of something inside, and then you've got journaling space on here. I might actually put something here just to, we'll see. And what I did, I stuck down the flap away so that you've got a little tuck spot behind that envelope flap. Another large pocket tuck spot there with some stenciling on that page. Here I made this pocket using just an index card, and I was working on my one of my previous journals, and I had all the scraps of paper. I tend to keep all the scraps of paper that I'm working with at that time in this box lid, and every now and again I'll just get the glue stick and I'll stick it on here just to collage, and that's what I've done there. And then cut it down, put a thumb point in, so you've got a pocket there from your scraps, and I think that's really pretty. What else have we done? Another pocket, two pockets. It's a pocket, and then a little fabric, this Hessian fabric and lace with buttons stitched on top of that, just a little cluster. Stamping and stenciling again. Here's the little envelope that I showed you before. So you've got space inside for paper, and I've left it open at the back so you've a little tuck spot there. And then the back page, I've made this large pocket here, so you've got one large pocket there, and then you've got this tuck spot here from, this is a book page that I stitched on this part of this digital kit too. This is from Shabby Dabby Doodah nostalgia kit, and then I've just decoupaged a fussy cut dragonfly on top. Then we've stamped and stenciled it. So that is I'm afraid last video in a nutshell. That's what I did in the last video, so I'm sorry you've missed that. I'm just checking this camera because it's playing up again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and put some bits and bobs inside, just to start filling. I have been busy making tags and things, and as you can see, this is the eyelash trim. It's just white eyelash trim, and then I've coloured it with the, like I said, the digital, not digitals, distress ink and alcohol pens. So if I get the tags in one place, these are all the tags. If you can hear banging and crashing, I apologise, it's my husband building outside. So he's here now just to, I don't know what he's doing. There we go. So there's lots of little tags and tickets and things that I started to make and decorate. So there's lots of things to go in to the pockets. So I need something large inside here. I do have a note that I usually put in for people. I think that might be too big in the pocket. It is. So I'll print it off. It just explains what a journal is for and how you could use it. But I think this is going to get lost in there. Yes, it is. So I'm not going to put that in. I might put this one inside there. There we go. So that's just a journal card that I've printed off. I'm sorry, I'm not sure where I've got that from. It's one that I've had in my stash and I can't remember where I got it from. So I'll just leave that one there. It already has two little blank tags that I've, again, from the scraps of paper, I've just collaged onto it and added a little bit of a sparkly butterfly onto there. So there we go with those two. Don't need to put anything else in the front of there. These small envelopes will take small tags. So let's have a look at what we've got here in these little tags. We've got, there we go. So you don't need to be precise about what you're putting inside of things. You can just add things to it. In fact, this one can go behind because there's a tuck spot behind there, isn't there? So that one can go there. And a little orchid. This is another freebie, and this came from Artimaze. She's so generous and shares lots of things. So there we go. So lots of little journaling cards there that you could fill in. Here we need another there we go, a little journal card. I don't like that there. It's strange how some things you like straight away and some things you don't like at all. We have, here we go, this one. Do you remember I made this on the last video, this little notebook? Really easy to do, so I'm going to put that inside of there. That looks nice there because it goes with this rose. So there's a little notebook in there. Here with two tuck spots here, so I'm going to put, because it's a shabby vintage journal, I am going to put one of the vintage ladies in, but it needs distressing on the edges. It's a little bit white on the edges, so we'll distress it. I'm using Vintage Photo, which is my favourite. I have other ones, but I tend to always use this one. It just ages, and just a little bit at the back, just because when somebody turns it over to journal, you don't want it stark like that, do you? You want it to look like it's aged. So there we go. So she can go in there. She's pretty as that lady. I like that one. I've used her a couple of times on different journals. And then this at the front here. I forgot pink. No. We'll put a little botanical one inside there. Okay. Put a couple of the little banner ones in there as well. There we go. So it soon starts to become full. I don't think this will fit. The young lady who's going to get this journal, this, I don't know where this ephemera came from. It's a freebie from somewhere, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember where from. And it's just an advertisement poster for a laundry machine. And you might think, well, what's that got to do with anything other than it's a vintage thing? But this young lady that's going to get this journal was actually brought up here in this area of Blackburn in Lancashire in the UK. So I thought that really was really good. And it's not going to go in there, is it? So we have to find something that will go into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just bear with me 1 minute, I just need to get some papers. I'm just going to make some notepaper to put inside. So I'm just going to fold it. I'm terrible at not measuring things and then having to put things right because I've cut it wrongly, but we'll have a go and see. So just some journaling paper inside of there. And what I'm going to try and do, is just round off the corners. So, there we go, journaling notepaper. And that's another page completed, and again I'm just checking the camera. And these two, what I'm going to make here is two giant tags for there. So what I need, just reach around. This. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm just guesstimating. So see, too long. So it needs about this much off. I am terrible. There we go. And in the box of scraps with those ends, don't waste them. And so, two giant tags. How are we going to do them? I'm going to round the ends off, and I'm not going to have it as a, because I don't want to put anything, a hole and string through because of where they are. So I'm just going to use them as journaling cards. It makes such a difference rounding those edges. It just gives them a completely different look. And again, we'll just take the white off the edge. When you're doing them, the edges, I don't know if you can see it actually on the camera, but the edges where you've cut are quite white. So, there's one large journal card. Two large journal cards, and you can fit some other little pieces inside of there. You can put one tag in there, and you need a tag that hasn't got anything on the top of it really. What do we have? Have a plain one. Or a large one. It's a bit too much of the same colour, isn't it? What about a little, there we go, a little journal card. So we'll put that inside there. That didn't take long, and it's used up part of a sheet that was just spare. Here. I'm going to put that in, that piece of ephemera. So here we have this tuck spot, and I'm going to use another vintage lady. It's the one with pink on. Oh, what about that one? It's a sweet one because it's got the colours right in it. So again, we'll just do the edges. So a nice journal card, vintagey. That's nice. I like that. And here, I just need a tag that'll sit inside there. Look at that. No, because you're covering up. We decided already, Lorraine, that didn't fit. So it's going to have to be this one. So tuck the banner inside. Go inside. And we can just have the butterfly sticking out of there. No, I don't like that. It's a transport, it's a ticket for travel. Let's just remote and put it inside there like that. And on to the second signature. Let me just check this camera because it's clicking away in my ear. Yep, it's still recording. No, I don't think this fits in. Did we try this? No, we didn't. But it's too big. Too big, too big, too big. So we can have a couple of the tags in there. It really adds something to it, doesn't it, the eyelash trim? It's nothing fancy, but it's nice. Some of these plain pages look really nice with just, let me find if I've got them. Sometimes just a tiny little thing at the bottom. This is a pocket actually, so we can glue this in. Come on, glue. Well, surprise, surprise, the camera had tripped out again, so I'm going to have to carry on just a little bit further on than when I left you last and stitch the videos together. So I left you, I was just in the midst of sticking in this little pocket on the bottom of this page. So it goes really well with the colours here, and I've just put inside it 2 little journal tags, so that's just finishes a blank page off nicely. So the next one is the large tuck spot, and again I'm just going to put in some paper. So I found some blue paper that matches the butterflies and things inside. I hope, I'm just checking, I hope that noise isn't going to disturb the video. The husband's still working. So I've just put it in, and it's a large piece of journal paper, and I've rounded the corners off so that it looks neat. It just finishes it off, and that can get tucked inside of there. And what I'm going to put in is one of the blue tags, like so, with the eyelash trim sticking out, so when the book's closed you'll be able to see the eyelash trim. Here is the tag, the collage tag that I've made into a tuck spot with the coloured eyelash trim, and I'm going to put in this large tag from Artie Mays, and I'm just going to tuck that into there. I'm not putting anything on it because it will be in the way underneath that tuck spot, so I'm just going to tuck it behind like that, and again the colours complement each other, so it's nice. Excuse me while I have a drink. Here is the tall pocket that I made. I don't know if you can see this, but it's gold glittery. It's really pretty, and this cardstock was from a book, like a scrapbooking book from the Works in the UK, and it was really cheap, and I've had so much use out of it. It's amazing. So inside of there I'm just going to put in 2 tags. This tag, I think I used one earlier, so, and I can't remember if I told you. It's a free one from Victoria Designs, but it's for personal use only, so you can't sell it, you can't reproduce it. But because I'm not selling this journal, it's a gift for somebody. I'm using it inside there, and this little library card as well, so we'll put those both inside there. Well, how about if I can see what I'm doing? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. So, there. So they're nice, 2 nice journal cards in there. Here is the altered envelope, and inside of there I've just put 2 little journal cards. One again is the library card, and this one is from Antique Papery, and I've resized it to make it into a small tag size, so they can just go inside of the envelope there. It folds over. I'm just debating whether to put something here or whether to just leave it as it is, because it's lovely papers. I'll think about that. And then we've got this tuck spot. I know what I'm going to put there, just leave that. And behind this tuck spot I'm going to put this pretty lady with the roses. All the pinks match all the pinks here. So what I'm going to put here on the envelope is this banner, and it's just paper clip. So I might do that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of eyelash trim on the top of that paper clip, just to get a little bit of a something. So all I do is I just loop it through and then double knot it, and that's it, simple as. It would be if I didn't have chunky fingers and then I could tie a little bow. I'm useless at little bows, you know, some people tie really cute bows for the journaling and card making. I can't do it. There we go. So there she's peeking behind there. And again, another large tuck spot. And so again, I've done some journal paper and again rounded the corners off of it, and that's just going to tuck inside of there like so. And it can have a tag that's got a little ribbon on the bottom of it, so it can have a tag there, the blue tag with the butterflies. It can just sit there just to give it a little bit of something different on there. So then this one that I did the collage, I'm checking again, I'm paranoid now about the camera. So the big collage here that I did from the index card, I'm going to put in this large collage tag with the eyelash trim, this little journal card there. I think that's enough, isn't it? Or do we want a little plain one at the front? A little plain one at the front there. There we go. This double pocket here, I'm going to put one of the vintage ladies in at the back, just there, just have her poking out a little bit so that you can see her. And then I'm using the little vintage journal card with a cute little boy and dog. The dog looks worried to death. And one of the library cards, and I'm going to put this plain tag with journaling space on the back. It's got the crocheted lace trim and embroidery thread tie. In fact, I'm just going to tuck it behind. No, I'm not. Just tuck it there in front of her, so she's not peeking out anymore. And then I've just, when the camera went off, I was still making, so I'd just stuck on one of the tickets, a large ticket, and I've just put it on there just to reflect that butterfly there and just to give this page a little bit of definition. And here's the envelope that I made from scraps of paper, and again just journal note paper in there. And behind I'm going to use the other notebook that we made, so that's in there. So that's in there. And here we have the double pocket at the back, and I'm going to put this journal card inside there. That's sweet in there. And then at the front I'm going to put another perfume bottle tag at the front of there. What have I got here? I've got some, no, I'm not putting those small tickets in there, too tiny for there. I'm going to put the bird cage in there with the trim hanging out the top. Let me find something else for the, there we go, a little journal card just to go at this side of this pocket. So that's all of the, everything has something in the pocket. So what we've got left to do on this journal is put some trim on the end of some of the pages, maybe do some altered paper clips on the edges of the papers, and we've got to finish the front off of it and the spine on there as well. I need to strengthen the spine because as I've started filling out the journal, I can feel this isn't very strong, so I'm going to have to cover this with a piece of card, and then cover that piece of card with some lace trim just to strengthen it a little bit. We need to put a fastener on it, so we've quite a bit to do really, but I think come the next video then maybe we should have finished, apart from just adding twinkly bits and little bits of bling and little bits of tags and things. So I'll see you again in a few minutes. Bye.